Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I was away last week. I'm still a little bit sick. I'm sorry. I'm back. And today we're trying out the new Embers palette from Anastasia, and I'm also using the lipstick in the shade Alone Time from MAC. So if you wanted to see how I got this look and what I think, why am I doing it again? I said I wasn't going to do that anymore. If you wanted to see how I got this look and what I think about this palette and the lipstick, then just keep watching. Hello. All right, so let's get her going. We have a comparison. I mean, obviously, I think it's only right that we do this comparison here. This is the Master Palette by Mario. And if you missed out on this one, don't worry. They are here to help. This is what mine looks like. I was a big fan of the shade Kim. Not such a huge fan of the person, but that's okay. So yeah, this is what she looks like. And now they brought back the Embers palette, which as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, that's the Mario palette, like 100%, which was so smart of them to do. And also to make it smaller, because I feel like they put all the best shades in there. So here we go. So pretty. Obviously for fall, this was like an amazing drop. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, I want it. Do I need it? No, I have the original, but I'm like, I don't use the original. Obviously it's far past the expiration date. I normally don't care about that kind of stuff, but in this case, it's very, very old. So we're gonna compare which shades I think are probably the most similar. So we have Fifth Avenue here. I don't think they have names, do they? No, so we're just going in with this first shade here. I think these ones are dupes for each other, if I'm not mistaken. So let's try to make some room here. So it looks like pretty close match on that one. I can't remember which I swatched with which. I think this is the Anastasia, the newest one, and this is the old one. So that's the older one, that's the new one. I'm gonna pay closer attention, I'm sorry. Okay, so the second one I believe is the shade Replica for Kim, and they are super, super creamy. And same with the old one. The old one is very, very creamy as well. This is a little bit darker. So this is the new shade. This is the old shade. The new shade, to me, this looks a little creamier. It looks just a touch darker, but both of them feel amazing. And honestly, the shade is very, very close. So now we have this like taupey shade in the palette. And obviously that would be Lula here. So we're gonna swatch Lula. Lula feels a little bit drier in the old palette, but I mean, look at that shade match. It's pretty good. I would say Lula's a touch darker. So this is the new one. This is the old one. A touch darker, but drier. So I feel like they've definitely improved the formula there. This next shade is like a bronzy shade here. So there we go. And I believe this is supposed to be Paris. So we will swatch Paris. Ooh, so chunky in the old one. The top one is the old one, bottom one is the new one. The new one just swatches much better. They both have amazing payoff, but the bottom one just swatches just a touch better, in my opinion. And then we have the kind of bricky orange shade here, which I will swatch, and then that would be Isabel. Again, drier on the old formula, but very, very close comparison. And then we have that kind of burgundy shade, which is beautiful. Comparable, I would say, to the Makeup by Mario palette as well. And it looks like NYC. Is it Muse or NYC? Looks closer to Muse in my opinion. So that's what we will do. We'll do Muse. Hang on. Actually, it looks closer to NYC. Okay, so here's the shade, that burgundy shade. This is Muse. And then this is NYC. Looks like it's closer to NYC, the darker shade. Very, very close comparison. Again, drier on the old palette. Now we'll dip into that green shade. And then this is Bronx in the new palette. Or sorry, in the old palette. So this is the new one. This is the old one. Very much the same. They did a great shade match. Good for them. Okay, so now we're going in with the blue shade from the new palette. And in the old one, it is called Claudia. I believe that's Claudia Schiffer. Very, very close. I would say the old one looks a touch more blue and the new one looks a little bit more slate, but very close. I mean, I just did a second swatch and now it looks almost identical. Okay, and then our last shade is, I believe, a Violetta dupe for itself, which is that dark, looks dark, but with my ring light it's looking lighter. That is a dark kind of reddish brown. Ooh, feels very dry in the old one. A little bit darker in the old one than the new one, but that's fine. All right, so now that we've done all the swatches, I'm not a swatch girl, okay? I'm not very good at swatches. Let me just tell you right now. There we have it. So we're gonna go in and do an eye look. I'm gonna try to be a little bit faster because that already took a lot of time. So let's go in with just a blending brush. And I think I'm just using a Morphe M453. I'm gonna mix this taupey shade with this kind of orangey shade here. I did this look the other day and I really, really liked it. So I'm just going in on the crease. I'm not having a great skin day. I like highlighted a huge hive on my cheek here. Like, what the heck? Probably shouldn't have put highlight there, but okay. Sorry I wasn't here last weekend. I'm literally still battling this cold. Plus we had a dinner at my in-laws' place, so just, you know, with timing and everything, it just didn't work out. So I'm sorry that I was not here last week, but I will, from now on, try to be here every week. I'll try to like post on my community tab if I'm not gonna be doing a video. I don't know if anybody really cares, but yeah. So that is so beautiful. Did you see I blended that in literally 5 seconds? I did this look for work last week and it took me no time at all. So I'm gonna go in with Kim, which is one of my, or not Kim, the old shade for Kim, this shade here, this middle shade. It's not called Kim anymore, it's just, and I like to just add this with my finger, which I think is so beautiful. It's just like a nice kind of warm look. And then I'm gonna go over that with that lightest shade here. I feel like for myself, this won't be light enough to go in my inner corner because I'm so freaking pale. I was gonna say fair, but freaking pale works too, you know? So I'm just gonna pop that just right in the middle. And then so you can get an idea of how much depth is in here, I'm gonna add a little bit into my, why am I always looking for brushes when I have you with me? I'm gonna add a little bit in, throwing brushes, looking for brushes, you know, that's just what's up. We're using a different one because it's on the floor now. We're gonna go in with maybe this darker shade at the bottom, and just add that to the outer corner just a touch, just to deepen it just a little bit. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. As a reminder, this is the eye that always gets patchy, so if there is any patchiness, it's just my eye. I don't know, it's my eye skin. She don't like me on this side. I don't know what I did to deserve this. No, I'm just kidding. Also, I had my colonoscopy and everything went good, thank God. And whew, I don't have to do it again for another 2 years, thank goodness. I also had the gastroscopy, which is the down the throat, and that was all good as well. And I'm wondering if that's why my throat's been bugging me. Like, I mean, I did have a cold, going back in with that blending brush. I did have a cold, but it's just, it was so scratchy. I'm like, I feel like I cannot clear my throat. Like, it was just so irritated feeling, and I wonder if that is why, but I'm over it. I don't want to be sick anymore. I'm done with this. Colds, whatever this is, get gone. It's like so much, it's very sinusy. I'm gonna use this just for the lightest shade, just for the inner corner. Very sinusy, nasally, coughing, did go into my chest a little bit. And it's just like, be gone already. You're annoying me at this point, you know? Okay, I'm gonna sharpen this. This is Urban Decay. And I think I'm gonna do a what's in my cart for the Sephora sale. Like, do you want a recommendations video? I feel like, oh my gosh. I feel like I have made so many and I still recommend like a lot of the same products. But if you want to know what I recommend just specifically from this year, I can do that. I don't know. Like, do you want to see what's in my cart plus what I recommend at the same time? Because I can do that. Urban Decay Whiskey. This is in my cart right now because this is all I have left of her. And it's one of my favorite shades. It's very close to the Makeup by Mario. I think it's soft brown, but it's just not quite the same. There's something I love about this one. So, the Makeup by Mario one is just a little bit more reddish. And I don't know. I also need a cinnamon from Victoria Beckham. I'm running out of that one too. I know she has free shipping right now. I'm just like, oh, do I just bite the bullet and do it? Kind of feel like I should, because shipping I think is at least 10 bucks. But it's like, just for that pencil is 50 bucks, okay? 50 bucks Canadian. Not cheap. So we're gonna go with that darkest shade again, and then we're just going to smudge that out just the tiniest bit. I'm trying to start posting more on TT. Do you go on there a lot? Like, I've been on there so often lately. And like, I don't know, maybe I should start making a presence on there. I don't know. Do you go on it? Do you prefer long form content? I'm a long form content kind of gal. So I like when the videos over there are a little bit longer, like 5-10 minutes. But like, do you prefer a long video, like half an hour, 20 minutes? I don't know, I've already been talking for 13 minutes. I'm trying to cut them down because like a lot of them are an hour and I feel like that's just too much. Try to make them like a half hour these days. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with a different eyeliner, if I can find it. Should be in this drawer. This is where all my lip liners are. So my lip liners are mixed in with my eyeliners. I could use this one, which is Stash, but I had a different liner in mind. had a Glossier liner in mind. Give me 1 second. Okay, I immediately found it as soon as I turned it off. So this is the Glossier liner. This is the pencil in Fresco. I'm gonna put that on the lower lash line. Did I even mention what I just put on my upper waterline? That was the Makeup by Mario in the Perfect Brown. Sorry about that. Okay. And then with that green in the palette, I'm gonna smoke out the lower lash line. I threw my pencil brush far, far away. So we're gonna try to find another one. Do I have another one? Let's just go in with this weird brush, whatever. Go in with that green and just smudge that lower lash line. My eyebrow looked so good when I started my makeup, and now it's like fallen and weird looking. Like, what? How did that happen? So don't mind my weird looking eyebrow. Guys, I went to some of my older videos, like a year and a half, 2 years ago. What was I doing with those big, huge, massive eyebrows? Like, they were so big. Like, I don't know what was happening, what was going on with me. My husband's like, I tried to tell you. They were a little large. And I probably was like, you don't know anything about makeup, shush. Okay, so now we have the green on the bottom, which I think looks very cute. So we have the, just want to blend this a tiny bit more. This was that darkest brown. But even the darkest brown still isn't like super, super dark. Like, I feel like you just have like a soft kind of sultry look, which I love. And then I will go do the other eye off camera and come back to show you the lips. For blush, I'm just wearing the MAC True Harmony and Dior Bronzed Glow. Is it ever coming back? Was it limited? What's happening? Do you still have it in the US? I think we still have it on Dior Canada. I think. I will have to double check, and if we don't, then I'm sorry, and I will not use it on camera anymore. But yeah, that's it for the eye, which I think came out very pretty. Everything was so easy to use. These just blend like a dream. If you're contemplating this one, get it during the sale and you won't regret it. I'm telling you, it's the most perfect fall palette you'll ever use. It's amazing. So I'll be right back. Okie dokes, we did the mascara. We used the Makeup by Mario Master Mascara, and then I just mixed a teeny tiny bit of the Maybelline Colossal Bubble. I think it's Colossal Bubble. And then on the bottom, I want to buy the Giga Black MAC. I'm just putting Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize. This one doesn't usually go anywhere under the eyes, but you know, I heard Giga Black is like the best for lower lash line. I'm sure if you just did like a waterproof liner, I don't do the bottom lash line a ton. I don't ever really do like a full smoky eye. I usually just do like my upper. But anyways, this is how we're looking. I did put just the tiniest touch of lip erase. I think I used like Cool. Yes. I just did it with like a foundation brush, so that's why my lips are looking rather ghostly. I'm gonna go in with the contour from Morphe. Make sure I'm filming. Yeah. And I'm gonna just blend that in a wee bit. Get rid of them crusties. I'm the worst for that. I don't know why. Like, every time I brush my teeth, I get them little Nasties. Okay, so let's do, oh, I don't know which one to do. Let's go Rocksteady. Why not? It's a very fall-like shade. I just don't want to have too dark of a lip, because we know girl likes a concealer lip. So this is Morphe, if I didn't just say that. Okay. Now we're gonna go in with a newer one to me, Alone Time from MAC. I feel like this is the perfect lipstick for fall. It's just like, it's nice and like, it's not too crazy dark. She's a little glossy. Do I look sick? Should I have put a warmer? I don't know that I'm liking this. It is a very pretty, like kind of burgundy type shade, but I'm wondering if the, do I like it? I don't know. I can't figure it out. I feel like it's like too gray right now. Okay. Let's maybe get rid of the lip erase and try that again. Okay. Okay, better. Is that better? I think it is. Okay, no lip erase with this on. Ooh, okay, better, right? Maybe I should have done not such a cool lip liner. Maybe I'll mix in something a little warmer. What do we got? What do we got? Don't have a ton of warm ones. Not that one. Maybe we'll go in with Honey from Rivy. I feel like I like showing you these things because this is like my real life and what happens to me. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. I don't know why I'm looking so pale in this video, but I am. So what do we think? I think that eye is so pretty. I just think like it's so easy, so quick, and pretty. I don't know about the lip. I just feel like with what I have on, I don't know. Don't know. You let me know. It kind of reminds me a tiny bit of Chanel Boy. What do we think? Do we think Chanel Boy a little bit? A tiny bit. Okay, so I don't know why Alone Time is, I mean, it's a very beautiful shade, that's probably why, but it's very hard to find right now. It's like sold out everywhere. I went to Sephora and they said they were sold out, and then I just saw one little lonely one sitting there and I said, I'm taking it. So let me know if you wanted to see a what's in my cart or just a recommendations or get ready with me. I don't know. Let me know what you're interested in seeing and I will do that for you. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and this palette. It is a definite recommend. So I will see you soon. Bye.